Now, when following a game of cricket or football, we as fans simply cannot resist the temptation of forming a fantasy team and keeping an eye on our favorite players to see how they perform on the field and how they help us win off of it. Fantasy sports is an industry that is booming. Now, the global fantasy sports market in terms of revenues was worth over $20 billion in 2020 and is expected to reach $48 billion by 2027. That's a CAGR of 12.8% from 2021 to 2027. The Indian fantasy sports market is expected to be worth $3.7 billion by 2024 and is creating a huge opportunity for new entrants. To talk to us today about this fascinating industry, we have with us Christian Hentschel, founder and CTO of TradeStars, and Anshul Pareek, head of marketing of TradeStars. Gentlemen, thank you for talking to the bridge. Christian, let's begin with you. I understand that TradeStars is a fantasy stocks trading game that's powered by the Ethereum blockchain. I'm given to understand that fans can rely on their sporting knowledge, real life statistics. They can monetize assets. This really sounds exciting and fascinating. Talk to us a bit about the inspiration to start TradeStars as a company.
Yeah, 2 years ago, I was at the time consulting for gambling operators and also creating a fun sports solution for Latin America. I totally agree with the numbers you said. There's a booming industry and there's a huge opportunity. So at the time I got involved into the blockchain space, I started thinking about how to bridge two models, because I think that the technology allows us to do some really cool stuff and give us a tremendous advantage over the traditional fantasy sports operators. For example, we can have virtually borderless game. We can provide transparency that we rely on the blockchain for that, right? And also there's a huge upside by using this technology to moving the user's funds, because, for example, we don't need we can do that and we can rely on the blockchain for doing that. So I think there are key things that just trigger the idea of why don't we bridge the fantasy sports and the booming also blockchain technology to create a really cool fantasy sports game. And we started with cricket. Maybe we can detail that later. That was the initial trigger of the idea.
And historically, Christian, the fantasy sports model involves players playing in their regional currency, right? India, it's rupees, of course. But in your particular format, users essentially have to own cryptocurrency, right? Is that how it works? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. Well, we actually, the short answer is it's not like that. I mean, users can fund their account with fiat money, just they would do in a normal fantasy sports game. We are using the blockchain as the technology, but not crypto. Actually, the users, what they see is that they fund their account, they have some credits, they can use those credits to buy fantasy stocks to enter the contest. They will win credits inside the game if they win the contest or prizes, but they don't, I mean, if you have a power user that wants to connect an external crypto wallet to play and it's a different thing, but for the main users, you just don't need to know about blockchain because it's just a technology. I always like to say that I'm sure everyone here uses WhatsApp or Telegram or whatever, and you don't ask what type of database they use to store the messages, right? So for us, I mean, we like to give the same or to think this game like the same. I mean, for the normal users, it's just a fantasy sports game that relies on the blockchain and gives us some advantages, but it's a traditional way of playing with funds. You fund your account and then withdraw the account in fiat or yeah.
Anshul, I just want to bring you in at this point of time, right? Tell us a bit about all the sports that you currently have under the TradeStars umbrella?
Okay, so right now when we launch our product, we'll go ahead with cricket, and that's the reason we are marketing our product very well in India, because everyone is aware the kind of fan following Indians have and the kind of love Indians have for the sport such as cricket. So we will be launching our product with cricket, and in future, of course, in a couple of months or in the coming quarters, we'll have football also on board. And then after that, we'll let our users, our community decide and guide us in terms of which sport is it that they want us to go live with. So of course, in the coming future, we'll have a lot of sports, and we want to cover different facets of sports. We even want to include in future sports like esports. But we have as a roadmap, we have cricket here, we have soccer, and then we want our community to lead us to the next sports which they want to be live on TradeStars.
The product itself, Christian, is the product live? Can I, this evening go ahead, set up an account and start, hopefully start making some money?
Yeah, you can do all that, all the things that you said, but playing with real money yet. We launched this version of the product is live since last January. We have like 33,000 users registered already and some transactions. And we are improving some stuff on the product while we are preparing the mainnet, what we call the mainnet launch, which will involve playing with real money. I mean, the change between the product we have right now and when we go live on production or mainnet, as we call it, is that the product will allow you to deposit real money, fiat money, and play with that. This is on the roadmap for the next few weeks. We are very focused on this work. So hopefully we'll announce this soon, and the product will go live and in production in some days.
Anshul, if you can just come in and talk to us from a user perspective, right? What are some of the best practices that you would recommend to users of TradeStars who are still getting used to this concept?
Let's talk about TradeStars a little. What the concept is here. What we've seen usually in the fantasy sports is you're active only on the match day, and those couple of hours before the match is when you're active. But your fan following about this sport is not limited to those couple of hours. That's the reason we have come up with a product which allows you to come and experience and explore and trade at any point of time. It's a 24/7. You can come and buy and sell your athlete stocks at any point of time. So that's the major thing. And and as Indians, we have. We tend to speculate a lot of things. We a lot of times speculate the next ball that yes, it's a six or it's a wicket. We are so much into sports. What we also do is when there's some new debutant in a team, we tend to see that he will play for long term or he's not that much skills. So we are so much into a sport like cricket that we tend to speculate a lot of these kind of things. So if a user or a sport fan who has these kind of tendencies trends where he predicts that okay, this player will go long. So that way, if most of the users try and buy stocks of newcomers who they feel will perform better in the future, they'll have a long-term journey and better gains. On the other hand, A-listers like Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma and Jasprit Bumrah, these kind of players have huge fan following, and for a fact I know that more people will come and buy a share of these players. So these are two different things, but both of these are good things to buy stock and look at a long-term perspective and not just a one-match perspective. That's what the idea we are coming up with. And one more thing I have for someone who wants to invest in something like a stock market, but newcomers even like me, we rely on tips from different friends or people who have enough financial literacy to guide us. So here we come up with a platform who works on a similar concept like stock market, but you can use your own knowledge of the sport which you follow and relying on that, you can start investing. So these are the different ideas, different kind of people who would be a right fit for the product, and if they go in this particular way, they'll have a long.
Yes, and on a lighter side, right, Christian, you of course spoke of football, right? So, what are the top 3 players according to you whose stocks will be most sought after in the game of football when, of course, this goes live in the MENA region?
Well, obviously, maybe I could say 3. 2 are very known. Well, 3 are very known. I mean, I would start for the third one: Salah, Messi, and Ronaldo. Maybe I would say. But the idea here is that obviously those stocks will be the first ones that the users maybe go and buy. The idea here is that each time you buy, the price will go up. So it will be harder for other users to buy stocks. So in order to play the games and to win the fantasy contest, you will naturally start looking for players that will give you at least similar amount of performance, let's say, but are not that high. I mean, their stocks are not that high. So maybe that's the idea. I mean, we are connecting the market demand, supply, the price, with the ability that you need to build a team for playing and winning fantasy fantasy points. So basically, I would say those 3 guys, but we will see, because you need fantasy points to earn. So you will naturally start looking for other players, maybe.
Yeah, we have 30 seconds on the clock. Anshul, very quickly, who according to you will be the top 3 cricketers who will be sought after on TradeStar?
Okay, it's a tough one, really tough one. But my bet would be on the newer ones. So I would say Surya Kumar Yadav, Rishabh Pant, and I would stay with Virat Kohli.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's a new format. Everybody loves fantasy sports here in India. We're all excited about TradeStars as a proposition, and we will, of course, keep following TradeStars as a product, the way it evolves, and really looking forward to playing, fantasy sports on TradeStars. And best wishes to you, Christian, and Anshul, both of you at TradeStars.
Thank you very much. Thanks again for hosting us here and for the time.
Perfect.
Thank you for having us here on the bridge.
Okay. Thanks everybody for watching. We will, of course, keep following fantasy sports as an industry very closely, and for more coverage, continue to follow the bridge. Thanks everybody. All right. And it's a wrap. I hope you guys had fun. This was quick. I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
I hope you enjoyed the answers also. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.
You too. Yeah. Bye.